Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and One Thing with Team Beery. I'm Audrey, Elaine, Scott. We're so glad that you're here. We are caffeinated and motivated.
Nice.
Ready to go?
Ready to go.
Our coffee of the month is Gold Coffee Company, and it's Kanaloa.
It's a
Kona.
Kona. It's a Kona.
Well, it's two A's, and so it's like
It's a Kona blend.
Kanaloa. Elaine says if you like Kona coffee, but it's a little strong, this is a little lighter
Mellower.
of an option.
Yeah. Yep.
I just love the box.
It's a pretty one.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
And it's reserved. That's special.
Nice.
All right. So this month we've been talking about
Appraisal.
home value, home appraisals. We talked with Wes at the beginning of the month.
Mm-hmm.
He gave us his insight as an appraiser.
Amazing guy.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Last week we talked about tips and tricks. And today we're going to talk about some things that you can do to increase your property value. And then a little bit thrown in of things that you might have done that we want to put on a list so the appraiser knows.
Right.
So maybe it's not a ton of value that you're adding, but it's little things that you've done to update your property. So here we go. Number one,
Paint.
Paint
Always.
is your cheapest.
Paint is your least expensive.
most bang for your buck.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's important. Exterior paint is important in Arizona because the sun bakes everything. And if you have a wood fascia, any wood trim, you've got to make sure that it stays good and painted because it'll dry out. And then you're replacing stuff, which is a lot more expensive.
Yeah. Our painter said about every 5 years or so a house should get painted. So.
Yeah.
I know. And not many
Better
people do
write
it
that
that
down.
way, but yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah. And some of that is right,
How long
looking
does it
at
have-
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. How well was it painted the last time? Because
Right.
that determines how long, you
It
can
lasts.
go.
Bottom
between.
line
Yeah.
is the sun is really hard on things.
It really-
Sun is harsh.
Yeah.
And we know that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why we wear sunscreen and big
We're
hats.
supposed to.
Yeah. Some of us don't. But
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
We
it.
should. Yeah.
So energy costs. How about doing an energy audit?
Right, because I
That's a
know,
huge
I don't
one.
know, we have SRP, and they offer energy audits
Mm-hmm.
where they have a company come and, take a look and then tell you things that you can do. Obviously, a newer AC unit or HVAC unit is going to be more efficient. It's just like your computer. The computer you bought 10 years ago
Isn't quite so
is
expensive.
not
Yeah.
as efficient
Yeah.
as the computer you would go out
Well,
and buy today.
if
Right.
your home is only 10 years old or 5 years old and you're selling it, it's already probably pretty energy efficient because it has the newer technology.
Right.
Whereas it's a home from 1963, might be a little different.
Right,
with
but
insulation
but you
and
could
things like
still do
But there-
insulation.
Right,
You
I was
could
going to say
do
there are
sunscreens.
less expensive options.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could do some
Right.
things that kind of
Change
enhance
some
that.
lighting around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And get some
Well, LED bulbs are a
Right.
Yeah.
lot less.
Yeah.
They don't put off the heat, right? So that's an easy, quick update
Right.
Right.
for your house. And then the last time I checked, I was looking into adding some insulation to our attic, and the blown-in insulation, it was about $1 a square foot. So, because over time
It kind of
it compacts
down.
and settles, and so you don't have the same R value because you don't have those inches
Right.
that you
Right.
need.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's can be a fairly inexpensive
Yeah.
Yes.
thing
Yeah.
to do. Sunscreens are awesome because they keep the heat off your window panes, especially if you have older windows.
Right.
Yeah, good stuff.
What about artificial turf? To me, that's a huge one. I can't even tell you how many people are like, they don't want to get the lawnmower out anymore. That is not something anybody
Well,
really
it
wants to
saves
do.
on the
Changing.
water bill
And
too.
it saves their
Saves on
water bill.
It's not the least. It's not like the most inexpensive thing to do, but
But
over
it-
time it helps.
And it's a value to, like, if you're thinking about selling
And it
your
does
house,
add value.
And
there's
your lawn is
definitely
always
adding
green.
And your lawn
It
is
looks
always
good.
green.
No winter
Never
lawn to
have to
put
worry
in.
about all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and even if you're thinking about doing, like, if you have more of a rock front yard, but you're thinking about doing some updates, choosing low maintenance plants, right,
That's
is
a
a
huge
benefit
one.
because
Yeah.
then you're not having to spend the energy on upkeep and taking care of them
Right.
and those kind of things.
And
So
SRP
that's a good tip.
has a program where they'll give you 2 trees
Yes.
to save you energy, which people don't realize that. That's 2 free trees. Why wouldn't you take
Right.
that?
You go to a class
Yeah.
and then they offer, they do. It's a certain,
Certain
They
time
have-
frame. It's not always out there, but
yeah, I think it's once a year they
Mm-hmm.
offer that. But I was going to say they also, you choose between, it's like 5 or 7 different tree varieties.
Yeah, it's
Do you
not
call it a
just-
variety or?
Yeah.
Yeah, not any tree.
Variety. I'm not a horticulturist, but
but you'll
I
go
was
with
like, I don't know,
that
something
I'm
like that.
assuming I'm
Like
assuming
the
they're-
breed.
they're doing that because it becomes a shade tree.
because it becomes a shade
Yes.
tree, and they grow fast enough that there's a value to that.
Okay.
It's not
Yeah.
a super slow growing. So.
Update door hardware and hinges. That would be more of a aesthetic
It is,
visual.
it is, but obviously, I know that brass is coming back, but the bright gold, shiny,
They're bringing brass back.
They are.
bringing it back.
Yeah, I've seen 2 new builds with it in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's different than the old gold shiny.
Right.
So it's interesting to me.
It's almost like what the nickel is, the brushed nickel, but for gold.
That's what it looks
Oh,
like.
That's what it
brass.
looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it
okay.
looks like.
I was like, what? I lost. I got like my train team. But so no, that's not gonna, like, you already have door handles and hinges. It's not gonna add
It's-
value.
No, but it spiffs it up.
Well, and there is, like, someone may not even be observant enough to notice, but they will feel
That
The
it's
difference.
Yeah, no, that's a true statement.
it's.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
how to quantify it for you.
Yeah.
But it does help.
I've always felt, and I said paint first, but I meant interior paint. But for me, when
Oh.
I've walked into a home that's just been freshly painted and freshly
Mm-hmm.
carpeted,
Yeah.
it just
Or
smells.
flooring.
It smells new.
Yes.
It's like sitting in a new car.
Oh, definitely.
And to me, that has
Or first
pop.
detail.
Not necessarily for the appraiser, it might, but it's a psychological thing, I think, for
Mm-hmm.
people.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and there is a value to that. Because if you're a buyer, would you rather, and you have 2, identical homes, which doesn't happen, but here you are, and you walk into one and it has fresh neutral paint and fresh carpet?
Or flooring, because carpet
No,
is kind
I'm
of
just
going
saying
by side. Yeah.
it is. A lot of people are going to hardscape floorings, which I love. But I'm just saying, if you had to pick, if
Right.
there was carpet in both of these
Yeah.
houses and you had to pick between 2 identical houses, wouldn't you go for the one that has new carpet?
Most
you're
times
thinking,
not.
yeah.
Yeah, most times not.
Yeah.
Last longer,
Right.
clean less.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's value.
There's definitely a value.
I was thinking not everyone has ceiling fans in bedrooms. And to me, that's kind of an energy thing also, right? Helps move the
Right.
air around.
Just move
For
there.
a buyer right now, that's a must.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, a lot
For,
of
Well,
for her kid, her
we
daughters.
live in Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So ceiling fans are a good investment
Absolutely.
for value.
Yeah. And it doesn't cost a lot to have an electrician come in and put it in if there's not the
Yeah,
mechanics in
I
it.
think the last time I had something like that done, it was about $100 for the wiring.
Right. It isn't very much.
Yeah.
So
So it's pretty cost effective.
That's cheap. I
and
don't want
one-
to crawl up there and do it.
And
Yeah.
one of the things that people don't
Yeah.
think about, but a value to a buyer, is having your dryer vents cleaned and chimneys cleaned.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have a home inspection anyway. So if you have that all done, that's just one
It's
more
not
thing
gonna get
that you
called
never
out.
have to worry about. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good. I like that one.
Yeah.
And then obviously there are big ticket items. If you have a home built in the 1960s and the cabinets are older, you could redo a kitchen, put in new cabinets, countertops.
Backsplash.
A lot of people are liking, a stone countertop. and it's
Like
newer.
a quartz or a
Yeah.
That's a thing for sure.
Update.
Going to a tankless water heater.
That's a tankless thing. To say.
Tankless.
You had that. In
Sorry.
your back
He was
pocket.
waiting for
Yeah,
that one.
didn't
Yes,
ya?
I was.
They're pretty
But
cool.
that's
New HVAC?
that's a big thing, yeah.
Did you say that already?
New HVAC, yeah.
Well, we talked about AC units.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Those
A
are big.
roof.
A
But if
roof,
you've
yeah.
done them, then you should give them to us.
Like
We
get
put
that
on
as
the
on the list, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Right.
yeah.
There's a lot.
Are we good?
There's
yeah.
a lot going on.
I mean,
I would say like the biggest piece to take away from this one is there's a lot of value not quantified by dollars but by buyers'
Perceptions.
desire. Yeah, desire.
Right.
oh, that's
You
a
know,
good point.
Um
Right.
so sometimes just the little things can really make a big difference for that buyer to just say, yes, that's the one I want to make.
What
an
was
offer
that
on.
you said? I think last podcast was neat and clean, or
Right.
Mhm.
yeah,
Neat and
Neat
clean.
and
Yeah.
clean, neat and tidy.
it it just really makes a difference.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No matter who's looking at it, appraiser.
Well, and neutral
Buyer.
colors.
Right.
Right. Because as a buyer, I don't. Yes, I have buyers who say we don't mind a little DIY. Right. We don't mind doing a little paint, this or that or whatever. In general, I would say 80% of your buyers want to be able to move in and live.
And then start on anything.
And they don't really want to have projects,
No.
right? They just want to
Right.
be able to move in
Right.
and live.
Right.
So getting your home to a place where it feels that
Like
way.
somebody else could live there.
Yeah.
It's not yours anymore. Yeah.
But I mean, probably not Scott. And probably not Elaine. But if you come to my house, I live in a project. Right? There's like little things, right? I'm like, oh God.
No,
So-
there's projects at my house that have to be done.
But you
At
know,
least it
it's
would,
like,
doesn't
okay,
it?
think about if you were gonna buy that house, would you want,
Just get it
would you
done.
want that done already?
Yeah, just get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But hiring Beery, the team Beery,
we'll
we
help you
would
look
be
at
able to
all.
help you
The
with
team
fi-
Beery.
the team Beery.
The-
Yeah. Because we would be able to get this
Like
all
the
done.
Facebook. I'm
What's
sorry.
that?
I said like the Facebook.
Okay. No, like the Ohio State. It's the Team Beery.
Oh,
That's us.
except for Go Blue for all the Michigan fans out there.
Wow. We
Okay,
we
we
went that way.
Stop here.
We went that way.
Sun Devils.
But really, at the end of the day,
We're here to help you.
we're here to help you.
Yes.
100%.
We are going to be able there. If you hire us, we will make sure that that house is right where it needs to be.
All right.
Thanks for joining us. Next week, we're going to talk about finances and how home appraisals affect your finances. Right?
There you
Yeah.
go.
So tune in, like, share, subscribe, and always choose a very good team. Thanks,
Here,
everyone.
see ya.
Thank you.